Howdy! Welcome to my shop. On this video I'm going to show you how I built socket holders out of metal for my tool wall. Hey, welcome to my shop. This is my tool wall. Things are getting a little out of control here. Some sockets are misplaced or missing. Some have duplicates taking more space than necessary. There are a few ways to hold sockets to a tool wall. There are the strips with individual holders. You can make socket holders made out of wood. And I actually built these a few years ago. They are easy to make and not expensive and easy to mount to the wall. The problem I had was that after a year the wood dowel swelled from the humidity, making it hard to remove some sockets. I start with seeing what I really need to build. I gather all my sockets from their scattered locations, separate them, put them in sets, then put duplicates in a bowl for use maybe later. Uncommon ones to be put on the strip holders will be put in drawers. My wall mount angle steel is about 3/16 thick and I think 1.5 by 1.5 inch. They're cut to length to fit the purpose. I take a piece of metal and arrange the sockets to allow for efficient spacing. If you're going to make multiple holders with similar spacing, I recommend putting tape down and marking it on the first one, and use the tape as a template. I am fortunate to have a drill press. This helps keep the bits vertical, which not only makes for a neater hole, I think, but the drill bit should last longer. I also used cutting oil to help. You can use a hand drill to accomplish the same thing, no problem. Now for cutting the metal dowel pieces. You will be cutting a bunch probably. I started off with a cut-off saw, which worked fine but left the ends that needed to be filed or ground down, which added more time. I later went to a portable metal cutting bandsaw on a stand. This took longer to cut, but ended up taking less time since I didn't have to grind the ends down. Now that we have the parts, let's put them together. Slide the dowel through the hole. On my first attempt, some dowels did not stay in position, and I tried using a flex core MIG and tacked from the top and finished welding through the hole on the bottom. I did not get good penetration and some of the dowels were crooked and some just fell out. On my second attempt, I moved to arc welding. I made a small tack from the top and finished by welding through the hole, not as crooked but left a blob at the dowel and the angle iron on top. Third time's the charm, right? I clamped the angle iron to the table on its side, then I could hold the dowel and tack a weld on the bottom. This made for a pretty vertical dowel. I repositioned the angle iron so I could weld in the hole solid from the bottom side. Next I did a little grinding on the welds. I cleaned the metal some, then primed and painted. On the angle iron, I marked where I wanted my holes from the socket side to make sure I don't drill a hole that will be behind a holder. I used a 5/32 bit for this, I believe. I don't have a countersink drill bit, so I used a 5/16 bit to drill just a little bit for the screw head to recess in. I wanted to bring up the professionalism just a little bit. So I primed and painted the tool wall. There's a high probability I will move things as I use it more and see how it interacts with the other tools and how my workflow is. Try your best to come up with a good plan, but don't get sucked into the paralysis of analysis. Do something and don't be afraid to make adjustments. Now I have sockets on the wall, and I know what I need to look for to complete the set. The less used sockets are in drawers on clip-type holders. Hopefully coming soon will be holders for pliers and holders for the wrenches. Thanks for watching.